It's a trap is why.
It's a trap!
Operation American Spring, set for May 16, 2014. Retired Colonel Harry Riley has called for a massive march on Washington, D.C. It's not his first call to arms. He has called for a march on Washington on September 15, 2007, in support of American patriotic values. Thousands were protesting the war in Iraq that day. Colonel Harry Riley was in favor of the war. Mind you, this wasn't just a protest to support the troops, which I'm in favor of. They get called to fight in wars, good or bad. He is a soldier. This was more of a protest against protesters. I'm including some of his original video now, so you can see for yourself.
Hello, I'm Colonel Harry Riley. I'm a retired Army colonel, a Vietnam veteran, and I'd like to share with you concern I have with regard to the conditions in America today. We know very well what happened in the 60s and the 70s with regard to the Vietnam conflict. We're well aware of the impact that the anti-war movement had on the results of the war. There's a feeling amongst many of the Patriots today that the same thing is happening, that the resurgence of the anti-war group, the hate America people that simply want to destroy and do anything within their reach that they can to have an impact on America that simply is unacceptable. And we know that in March of this year, we assembled in Washington, D.C. the Act Now to Stop War and End Racism group, a communist-based Islamic jihadist group, decided they were going to have their 40th anniversary and they wanted to bring 400,000 people to Washington, D.C. Well, the issue became they were assembling near the Vietnam Memorial, and we knew that there was a radical element that threatened these memorials. Well, a gathering of eagles occurred. We assembled the Patriots, and off we went to Washington, D.C. Well, the anti-war people ended up only attracting some 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people. We had 30,000 eagles. We totally overwhelmed them, basically broke their back for a period of time. But now they're back. They're determined again to try to do what they did to the Vietnam War veterans. They're attempting to do the same thing to our veterans who are fighting for us and our warriors in Iraq. We simply cannot allow that to happen. The 15th of September, the anti-war people are planning a rally to try to convince Congress to surrender. That's totally unacceptable. America is worth fighting for. Our warriors, our troops, we must have their backs. We must honor our fallen and our missing warriors and their families. So we're again going to assemble. We're looking for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of patriots to again come to D.C. to stand up for America, to be willing to sacrifice as necessary once again, to show that we're willing to stand up for America, that we're simply going to grab the flag, we're going to put the boots on, we're going to head back for D.C. Now, we understand it's a challenge, it's a sacrifice for many of us. We're aging, but nothing is more important than getting back to standing up for our country. We simply cannot allow the warriors who are dying, who are leaving body parts on the battlefield today, who are coming home to extensive rehabilitation, to go through the same thing that we went through as we departed Vietnam. We must have their backs, and we must support General Petraeus and his effort to win this war in Iraq. We simply have to develop an attitude of we win, they lose. So we're calling for another display, another rally, another boots on the ground in Washington, D.C. on September the 15th. Please do whatever you can to join us. You can look at our website. It's www.eaglesup.us. That's www.eaglesup.us. We'll have information on there that will tell you where to go, give you some guidance with regard to what to bring. There's lodging information and other useful data that you can use. So we need you. We need each and every one of us, our family members, our spouses, our widows. We simply all must go to D.C. and stand up for America once again. Thank you very much.
I don't know this man personally, but from what you've seen, can you imagine him as a leader of a great movement? Or can you see him as someone who desperately wishes to be relevant and may have been duped by government forces, people behind the curtain? As of the writing of this, the American Spring has 3 phases. Phase 1, field millions, as many as 10 million patriots to assemble in a peaceful, nonviolent way and to be physically unarmed. Is there a legal fund set up to help defend those that get arrested for protesting? All you have to do is look at the other protests to know that that's likely to happen. Phase 2, at least 1 million of the assembled 10 million to stay in D.C. as long as it takes to see Obama, Biden, Reid, McConnell, Bonner, Pelosi, and Attorney General Holder removed from office. This is unrealistic. They will not step down, so who will remove them? This no longer becomes a protest, but an overthrow of the government. What do you think Washington's reaction will be? Phase 3, politicians with the principles of a West, Cruz, Dr. Bren Carson, Lee, DeMint, Paul, Governor Walker, Sessions, Gowdy, Jordan to convene investigations and recommend appropriate charges against politicians and government employees who have violated the Constitution. None of the people named have agreed to this. If you did remove the head of the snake, who would fill the void? I won't say someone worse. I will say someone just as bad. And what would you have? An election? Please hear me. I understand the need to do something, to meet with like-minded people and return home and say, I was there. I did something. And maybe I made a difference. It's a wonderful way to network, but all this does is put patriots in harm's way. There are times when risk and sacrifice are necessary. We did that to defend our Second Amendment rights. However, we were focused with real, achievable goals. We are being asked to walk up to the enemy, unarmed, unfocused, and ask if they could please leave their positions of power and give us our government back. One does not simply walk into Mordor. I've been arrested for standing up for my rights. I've been beaten and fined and threatened by judges. I don't think anyone could call me a coward. Stupid and pig-headed, but I don't think a coward. I would like to think I would stand shoulder to shoulder with any patriot in defense of the Constitution. I took an oath to that, and I have not forgotten. I'm not worried that it will put these people on a surveillance list. We all already are being watched. All of us. But remember, this is where the beast lives and will defend it, completely ignoring due process. They will not show restraint. We may wish it to be peaceful, but that is the hope of an abused spouse, to just have a nice talk with her abusive husband. The news media may pick this up, but to what gain? We all know that there's something wrong. We can all smell it. We all feel it. The police state is closing in. So we watch our cable, play our video games, find distractions on our phone, we keep our heads down. Maybe we can get through this. I would like to see this focus move to a local level. I would like to see people rally to patriots in their community who are trying to live free. I would like us to show up in numbers to a courthouse and support someone who wants to grow food in their own yards. To show up as a group to support a parent's right to homeschool. There are so many patriots who are fighting their battles alone. We can shore them up. We'll not be able to give them all money, but we could bear witness for them. The government has had that advantage for many years. Police will testify as witnesses for other corrupt officers. We need to use that as an example. We need to show up in groups in this manner. If you feel you have to go to American Spring to be heard, go with your eyes open. Record everything if you can. Stream your videos. Be cautious.